Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video on my YouTube line. Now this one's another thing, a continuation of my wrestling collections, I guess. So here it goes. One of the guys who commented to me last night wanted me to continue, so this is dedicated to him. So this is like kind of semi part two of the what I do collecting. So here it goes. Now this one gonna be this is really my first one. As you notice, this one's Flying Brian Pillman. This was really my first one. Now this one I was very lucky to get because I got it. I usually get my action figures from HEB, and I was very lucky to get that one because it was just calling me. And I'm sorry guys, that was kind of messed up. But that one I was really lucky to get because it was just there and it was kind of semi damaged a little, and that was the reason if one of the figure thing. But luckily I got it because it was just there. I was like, God, old school from WCW when Brian Pillman was alive. So I got that one, and luckily it was there. I got it. That was my really first one. This one is gonna be the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I was also lucky to get that because that was when he was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. This one right here. If anybody knows, Dusty Rhodes passed away a couple years ago, but these things might be worth something. I mean, in the future. But I was lucky enough to get this one. My next one is Ravishing Rick Rude. The next, this one and the next ones, I usually get it at a wrestling shop. So, if you're fans of the '80s wrestling, Ravishing Rick Rude, get these because these action figures usually don't come in as many as there's usually they you don't see these guys anymore. These guys haven't passed away, so that was another legend of the '80s. This one right here. Goldust. I was actually a fan of him since he came out back in '95. So close up. That was when he first came out, and I've been a fan of him ever since he first came out. That was my first time ever doing something for Halloween. I was the most biggest fan as a kid back then, and that was the first time I ever did something as Goldust. So, if anybody's watching, everybody do something. If you're into wrestling, do something. Here's another one right here. The British Bulldog, Davy Boy Smith. Um, European champion, Intercontinental champion, legend. And I'm surprised he hasn't been in the Hall of Fame right now because he's been a legend. True legend of the wrestling business. Very good guy, very good wrestler. Um, the Power Slam. Always been a fan of that Power Slam when he used to do. So that was another guy I got from the wrestling shop. So if you see an independent wrestling shop, please represent your wrestling shop. Um, Here's another one that I got. Marvelous Mark Mirror, when he was the boxer. Um, that was when he was under. It was if you saw the logo, the WWF. It's not WWE. That was on the WWE logo. You know, if you see WWF, those are legends right there. Get those things right there. Um, Here's another one I got from the wrestling shop. Um, Not exactly his early one, but that's the Big Boss Man. That was the Big Boss Man, but that was his later years, um, in the late night 2000s. No, he's another guy. Ray Trailer, good old legend, good guy. You know, you don't see that anymore on the newsstands. You don't usually see those things. Usually we see usually later current guys, but Big Boss Man from the old Keener Ring, please get that because usually we don't see those. Here's another one. Scott Hall, but under the New World Order or WCW, got that in a mall. Got that in a where the wrestling shop, but it was a huge extravaganza. So I got that under WCW. So please get these things because usually they get things. Um, Here's another one from the wrestling shop. Nature Boy Ric Flair. Um, got this at the wrestling shop, for 10. You know, here's another legend of the. Here's another legend of the wrestling thing. So that's another lucky thing I got because you don't see Ric Flair anymore. You don't see Ric Flair like it used to. Another legend that you won't see again. Um, there's another one from. I got this at HEB. No, I'm sorry, guys. Walmart. No, AG Styles. If I don't go to the wrestling shop or anything, Walmart is another good place to go. Now, these. Now, this one, I don't know. I never really liked the bigger ones, but this one's Kurt Angle when he had his head shaved. Usually, I don't like the bigger ones, but that one's a really good one because if you like the bigger things that move and all that, I should really just actually get like something like this because those things are pretty good depending on what you like. Um, Now this one I was very lucky to. Rhino. I was very lucky to get that because it was just like the first one I showed you, Flying Brian Pillman of WCW. If you're a big fan of like what I am, I'm a big fan of Rhino. Um, get that. You probably won't see these guys again. Legend of ECW. You can see Money in the Bank. So if you see that, get that. Here's another one that I got from the wrestling store. If you notice, that's Ryback. Usually, if you hear me, I usually say the wrestling store. They usually have like their clearance aisle, and this one I got from the clearance aisle. $10. I live in San Antonio, so if you hear clearance aisle, get these because usually they leave, they do things, and right back. I saw that $10. Hey, good dollars, and then that was a good price for something like that. Now these two, I was very lucky to get this. This one was Razor Ramon flashback from 1994. It's not like the classics, but uh, usually they had the flashbacks, and this one right here from 1991. Bret the Hitman Hart. No, these two, if I don't buy at the wrestling shop or HB, they usually have a Walmart. So those were the best ones I did find. Legends, Bret Hart, and Scott Hall, true Hall of Fame members, and collector's items. So if you're fans of these two guys, hey, get them. These are the most recent ones I got. Um, if you're a fan, these were lucky to get this. Macho Man Randy Savage, but when he was under his later gimmick in WCW. Very good one. And I was even lucky to get that one. Lucky to get that one because you don't see that. That was a true legend right there. Here's another one. Probably like 1998. Probably around 99. That was when The Undertaker was in his most darker gimmick. I mean, good one. Good gimmick. I mean, he was much more scarier during that time. I mean, not like what is now. Here's another one. Triple H, probably later. Now, this one is probably what, 2010 maybe? 2000, late 2010s era. He doesn't have his, usually has his head shaved, so that was probably later around the Authority area. Here's another one. TNA legend, Bobby Roode. Now, if you follow, he doesn't have his most ravishing recruit gimmick, but he has this, Bobby Roode. You gotta get these guys because Bobby Roode has been a legend ever since his TNA years. Good guy. WWE should have been a lot more better than him, but stuff happens. Here's another one. Woken Matt Hardy. Well, actually, broken Matt Hardy from Impact Wrestling or TNA. I got that. There was another one. He had mowers, but this one I gotta had delete. So I was very lucky to get this one because hey, he's a legend. Now this one, I'm not too sure if it's from his '90s one or the current one, but Jeff Hardy. Not like we said, I don't know if this is '90s or the current Jeff Hardy, but I got this one. It was a top pick, and very lucky to get that one because, like we said, I don't know if it's from the '90s or his current gimmick. So this was another one that really was good that I actually got. Um, Usually they run around $9, close to $10. Now this one, if you look right there, Ronda Rousey. Very lucky to get that because it says first time in line to get that, and usually the first one you gotta get it. Good ones, but I'm not too sure if it is the first in line. But that was Ronda Rousey, and my last one I got is Shinsuke Nakamura. That was really I think my last one. I'm not too sure. I don't usually do it in order, but thanks again, guys. That was my collection, and hopefully you like that. I'm gonna be doing hopefully soon another video. Thanks again, guys. Let me know in the comments.